question. And we
Okay.
are live. Welcome back, guys. I'm Tia, and today I have my co-host.
Sorry, man. I had cameras flipped.
That is
What's going on, man? How you doing today?
I am doing now. I know we are starting.
Let me stop this music real quick. Oh, shit.
Yep.
No, this is the wrong one. Start screen. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I am fucking all of this up today.
Now,
But what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Now, before we, guys, I have right now. That is why we started a little. I will be back within half an hour. I have some family emergency. Have to go. So I
Okay.
am leaving drunken on. I will also
Right.
our Forbes article up on Hilarry. Apparently, Russiagate and
No.
Hilarry.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. Is that
Before
the wrong
you
one?
leave, yeah, do the Bloomberg one first.
All right. There we go. I got it. Bloomberg.
Okay.
So,
All right. So you can go ahead if you want to, man.
okay. So again, I do apologize, guys. I have to go. It is family emergency. I will be back.
All right. All right, guys. I have a serious question, and this is something it's kind of a major thing. Does anybody remember the oil pipeline that was hacked last year? All right, we got it here up on the screen here for you. On June 4th, 2021, Bloomberg reported that hackers breached Colonial Pipeline using compromised password. Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember the ransom for that? Does anybody remember what was paid out for that? Well, I do. I remember it really, really well because it kind of did affect me in my area. So just a little recap what had actually happened here, and let's go through this a little bit here. From Bloomberg, the hack that took down the largest fuel pipeline in the U.S. has led to shortages across the East Coast was the result of a single compromised password, according to cybersecurity consultant who responded to the attack. Hackers gained entry into the network's Colonial Pipeline company on April 29th through virtual private network account, which allowed employees to remotely access the company's computer network. said Charles Carmichael, senior vice president of cybersecurity, blah, 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 whatever. The account was no longer in use at the time of the attack, but could still be used to access Colonial's network, he said. The account's password has since been discovered inside a batch of leaked passwords on the dark web. This means a Colonial employee may have used the same password on another account that was previously hacked. Basically, what they had done apparently was they hacked into their network and they shut pretty much the entire pipeline. Well, not the entire pipeline, but a damn good portion of it down. That went on for roughly about a week and a half. I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but what we were told was the ransom was $5 million in cryptocurrency. Yeah, you heard that right. Look it up. Or it was somewhere around that. It was some lowball number in cryptocurrency. And they paid it. There was a certain crypto, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to give any financial kind of information or even what could be construed as advice, but there was a certain cryptocurrency that did spike roughly around the time that they did pay that off. I did see that. The reason why I bring this up from Politico on, updated 3/21/2022. Biden warns Russia cyber attacks are coming. President Joe Biden on Monday warned of Russia cyber attacks against the U.S., making his most prominent alert yet about what he called new intelligence concerning the Putin regime's plans. The more Putin's back is against the wall, the greater the severity of tactics he may employ. One of the tools he's most likely to use, in my view, or in our view, is cyber attacks, Biden said on Monday, which was the Monday just passed. The magnitude of Russia's cyber attacks cyber capacity is fairly consequential, and it's coming, he continued. Now, the story goes on to tell you more about, his statements, what he was talking about, things like that. And that's just, I'm going to call this straight up BS. And I'm not going to say cyber attacks are not going to happen. I'm going to call this straight up BS because I don't think it'll come from Russia. Now, there may be a few good attempts, but I don't think if they succeed, I don't think those attacks will come from Russia to succeed like that. And I'll tell you why. How much have we heard Russia, 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 Russia in at least the past decade? It's been everywhere, especially with another story that we will be rolling into lately. I don't think, like I said, there will be major attacks. Yes, some may work, but I don't think the major ones that we will be facing are going to come from Russia or even China. We've heard so much about Russia. China's done some things, but we haven't said nothing about them. We've been actually pushing everything under the rug as far as China is concerned because of what's going on in Ukraine. But I feel like we're going to have power grids that will be shut down, oil pipelines that will be shut down, networks that will be shut down, services that will be shut down, probably YouTube, things like that as well, that will be shut down. Because we are moving into a dangerous time. And, everybody's talking about World War III, pushing us into World War III. Here's the thing. World War III wouldn't start nuclear or conventional in any way as far as going hot. World War III starts with this. It starts with trying to cripple us before you walk into a country before you have an invasion. So they cannot coordinate, they cannot get together, they cannot distribute resources where needed as quickly. We've had so much going wrong in this country, and so much to just come to light. Hunter Biden's laptop is real. A lot of things that have come up that I can't speak about on YouTube or Twitch has come up to be true. And even certain evidence has been swept under the rug, like we always knew it has been. I'm going to stand firm on this and say I do not believe Russia will do any real major damage cyber attack wise on us. I believe that's going to come from our own government. And that's just my thinking here. This has nothing to do with Abel. As far as he is concerned, as you guys know, he has actually gone off for a while. He had a family emergency. So this is just my words. Okay. These are my thoughts, just to kind of pass some time on this. I'm not saying pass some time, but just to get through this here, it is disturbing to see what has come up lately, that all these conspiracy theories that were conspiracy theories then are becoming truth now. It's worrying that this is actually happening, because a lot of talk online is it will be coming from us. And I don't doubt it. And that's why I say, yes, I'm going to believe the exact opposite of what the news is telling me, especially Politico, CNN, even Fox News. I'm not listening to you guys anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. You have lied to us. CNN being the worst. But I've learned over the years to believe the exact opposite of the mainstream news. So if the mainstream news is telling you there are cyber attacks coming, rest assured there are. They're just setting you up. They want you to believe whatever they want you to believe. Now, because everything's saying Russia's going to do it, Russia's going to do it, Russia's going to do it. Let me ask you something. Didn't Biden say these cyber attacks are coming? We know they're coming, and there's nothing that we can do about it. I don't know if this is something that was swept under the rug or not even really that went anywhere near viral, but weren't there like pictures leaked of banks, big name banks getting in emails months ago that cyber attacks were a real big threat, and here's what we're doing to prevent that, even before it was not too long after the pipeline. Either that or at the very beginning of this year, like very soon into that. No, I do think it was at the beginning of this year that actually happened. But I remember seeing that. Now, you're prepping our banks beforehand before you say anything to us about any of this as American citizens. I have my concerns. I have my doubts. And now I have my suspicions. Everything that Biden has done to this country, everything that this administration, not just the president, everything that this administration has done to this country and the people that back this administration have done to this country, I don't doubt it's going to come from you. You're going to cripple us. In certain areas, you'll turn off the electricity. In a lot of areas, of course, gas has got to rise because, hey, Stephen Colbert's fine with paying $15 a gallon because he drives a Tesla. Everybody's moving towards electric vehicles, so even when they do turn on the grid again, the grid cannot support the electric vehicles. They want to move everything towards electricity, automation, and electric cars and everything like that. So, just as the truckers have shown, the truckers can weaken your economy, can force a government, just like we saw in Canada, and actually is happening here in the United States. You just don't hear much about it, if at all. The truckers can do a lot of damage, and they can make their point known. So you automate that to get that out of the way. You're phasing out people as a whole, not only in this country, but in other countries around the world as well. Of course, we don't hear about that because we're sheltered here in America. It's funny to me that every single one of these large developed countries are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. Every time. We saw that with COVID. We're seeing that now here. You could say it's because of NATO and this and this and this and this. I'm not totally 100% convinced we're the good guys in that situation. I've already talked about that. I don't want to be doom and gloom, and I don't want to be like shock content kind of thing, but I am worried about this because you're talking about our infrastructure. You're talking about our gas. You're talking about our electricity. You're talking about food, which we're already seeing shortages of. We've already been prepped for that. They've already been talking about that. Don't buy in bulk because we need that. You know, that kind of thing. We've already heard about that. And now we're starting to see our shelves go, yes, you have a point. It's probably because of the truckers. I'm willing to go through that for the truckers. But after they get back to doing what they're doing, we're still going to see this, and you know it. When your electricity goes out, how will you keep your milk cold? How will you keep things fresh? In a food shortage already, what are you going to do? Can you live even a week without electricity? Gas prices are still going to go through the roof. Look, we're looking at Katrina levels at this point right now. I remember that. I remember Bush being about $4 or $5 a gallon. I remember Obama being $4 or $5 a gallon. I remember this. And now we're here. Here we are again, and it's going to go higher. And I urge you to look this up. I didn't have this prepared in any way, shape, or form. I didn't even want to touch on it, but not yet. But Biden just had a little thing where he's proposing that we do another couple $1 billion to try and fix this and raise the taxes only on the wealthy for non-realized gains, which is basically I have stock. Technically, I've made money on that stock, but I haven't because it's not in my pocket. He wants to tax you on that before you even have a chance to sell it. Whatever you've made that year, you must pay taxes on that now. Tim Pool brought this up earlier. I actually listened to him. I rarely ever don't anymore, but I listened to that one, and you know, he is correct. He is 100% correct. If I've made $1 million off something, you want to tax me at, what was it? I think 20% off something that tangibly I cannot use until I sell it, and then I get taxed again for that. So people like Elon Musk would pay $20 billion or so every year because of something like that. And this comes after the government for months has been attacking this man to give us money, give us money, give us money. Like they've been shaming him and trying to hurt him in the public eye just so they can get into his pockets. That's how you do that. I don't have that story ready. I urge you to look that up. Yes, it starts at, it's always with people like, it does say within, people that make, I think, 100 million a year or something like that, basically going after the wealthy. But you know full well, like everything else does, anything tax related, anything that we let the government have more money for, it never goes away and the bar always gets lower. So that way, people making 30, 40, 50, the medium household, average medium household in this country, median household in this country is what, like 65,000? How long till that hits you? How long till any savings or anything that you have built up, your Roth IRAs, your stocks, your bonds, things like that? How long until they go after that for you? Not just the rich. That's scary as well. We are being torn apart from within, and this is just the start. Everything that we have seen with the riots, everything that we have seen with the division because of Orange Man, everything that we have seen from the people themselves. Now, there are a lot that are starting to come around, yes, but it's already too late to stop it from happening. The only thing we can do now, grin and bear it and hope we make it. I don't know if I'm going to be affected by these power outages and shortages. I know eventually it will, as soon some way or another, hit me, especially me being close to a prominent town. Well, a prominent city, I should say, but whatever. But I'm still scared, guys. I'm still scared because people are going to freak out because they don't know what's happening. And because they're not paying attention to things like this and everything that's being said, it's always going to be Russia. And people like me, people like you, who are looking into this, who follow along with this, we're going to be the ones crucified at that point in time because we're going to be like, look, dude, it ain't because of this. You need to listen. You just please. Remember, we're Trump-tards. Everything that the conspiracy theorists have been saying has been so far been true and proven. We're going to be the ones persecuted at the stake unless you're not ready. Now, like I said, I don't want to make that seem doom and gloom in any way, but it is. And I would love y'all to be ready for that. I know I am. And I'm just going to leave it at that. These cyber attacks, don't be fooled. The FBI is not your friend. The CIA is not your friend. Those three-letter alphabet agencies, they are not your friend. The government is not your friend. I think he's come back. Either that or somebody in the background's talking. But I just want y'all to be ready, be prepared, do what you need to do, get some food up. It's food that won't spoil, canned goods, things like that.
Sorry, but I have returned. Welcome back.
All right,
everyone.
I thought I heard you. But just be prepared, do what you need to do. Because this is going to hurt. But now that Abel is back, let's move on to the Forbes article, dude. Now, I have a question for you, Abel, since you are back.
And before I answer that, I do apologize, chat. I was dealing with a family emergency. I had to go. That is
Oh, no, I just gave gloom and doom at the first 30 minutes of that. But yeah, Abel, I have a serious question for you.
Go ahead.
What is Russiagate?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard of it. Isn't that where? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the United States government investigated Trump over accusations of dealing with Russia?
Supposedly, even though we're not supposed to talk about it in 2020, supposedly that Trump had colluded with Russia to rig the election in 2016. You remember that?
I remember that.
Okay. You remember how they were saying that he's a Russian asset, he's this, he's that, where everything is literally leading to war with Russia yet again if Trump is elected? Okay, so just to remind you guys about this, and this article right here, this has been talked about for a hot minute. And as a matter of fact, let's go to that screen. Oh my God. I didn't set that one up, my bad. But this has been talked about for a good hot minute here. Okay, there we go. Back in, what is this, June 19th of 2017, Forbes had wrote about it, asking, is Russiagate really Hillarygate? Talking about the made up lies between Clinton and how they were trying to perpetuate this lie about, you know, Trump being a Russian asset. He's in line with Putin. He's in Putin's pocket. If he gets, elected, he's gonna destroy this country. Russia's gonna own us. Blah blah blah. Do you remember that, Abel?
I remember.
Oh, you don't?
I do.
Okay, I was about to say. Well, it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, it is true. A lot more has come out because of Hunter Biden's laptop.
Wait, didn't they also say that was false?
Yes. Yes.
Also,
we haven't even touched on that.
I just remembered something. There we go. I will mention to chat, if you do hear a beeping, I do apologize. I cannot fix that. That is verified. It is not my smoke detector. It is my neighbor's. I don't know how loud that it keeps. Probably is there above mine. I do apologize.
Oh, yeah. It is incredibly loud. I'm sorry for the people that haven't changed that battery yet.
I will have to verify my whole house again because I feel like too loud to be not coming
from. Right. I'm grabbing another drink. But back in February 14th, 2022, things started to come out. Now, this comes from the Wall Street Journal. It says opinion. Of course, it's going to say opinion because they're going to spin it however they want to. But it does say, the headline is, Trump really was spied on. Durham says techies linked into the Clinton campaign had access to the White House and Trump Tower internet data. Let's see. Special counsel John Durham continues to unravel the Trump-Russia collusion story. At his latest court disclosure contains startling information. According to a Friday court filing, 2016 Hillary Clinton campaign effort to compile dirt on Donald Trump reached into protected White House communications. The filing relates to Mr. Durham's September indictment of Michael Sussman, a lawyer who represented the Clinton campaign while he worked for the Perkins Coie law firm. Mr. Sussman is accused of lying to the FBI at a September 2016 meeting when he presented documents claiming to show secret internet communications between Trump Organization and Russia-based Alpha Bank. The indictment says Mr. Sussman falsely told the FBI he was presenting this information solely as a good citizen, failing to disclose his ties to the Clinton campaign. He has pleaded not guilty. And it goes into further detail about this. This came out roughly mid-February. Why are we just now hearing about these situations, man?
Well, because we all know Trump is out of office. And, the election is over, so no need to hide the truth. Also,
now,
I will say, Chad did just bring something up. D. Joseph Santos just said, the evidence of Trump conspiring against the U.S. was never founded. It's not the same as saying there is no such thing, no such evidence to be discovered.
Right. Right. It was never a very substantiated claim as of that. It was just all talk. That's all it was. Nobody ever brought anything up into it. which is always a red flag because unless you're looking for things like this, who knows what happened? Who knows what's going on?
I will say, look, I'm willing to investigate any credible sources, and it doesn't matter against who. Trump, Biden, not
Look, you remember when they were trying to arrest him in New York?
one of those. I don't think I've heard that one.
Oh, dude, that was like last year. Like New York is trying to bring up charges
Oh
on
yeah,
him
yeah,
for
something about his
something.
business dealings not being legit enough. He was fired.
Something about that. I mean, I don't remember that exactly. That might be something
Was it
we may
that?
have to look into.
If I remember correctly, I think I remember hearing is like they were saying that he overestimated the
The
amount of
taxes.
money on his buildings. So, like, if, for example, if one of them was worth 100 grand, he claimed it was 125 grand. Those weren't the actual numbers. I'm just saying as an example, as an
Well,
is that what is that the one that you're talking about?
yes, something like that. It was something about that. Like they were trying to bring him in to criminal charges to actually face jail, not civil or anything like that. They were trying to bring up criminal charges on this man to throw him in jail. What happened to that?
Under the bridge? Said a word ever again. Wonder
It's
why.
not being told about, but the charges were actually dropped. Oh, well, not charges.
Huh?
There was no actual charges in that. The investigation was actually dropped
I
indefinitely.
remember. Didn't they? I don't remember if it was. They were saying it's either the feds or New York that always has the best chances of winning, and that's why they were suing.
Right. But even the criminal cases there for New York were actually dropped. I don't want to say cases, the investigation, because it never went past that. But it's funny to me how that stops and this picks up.
Well,
That is very interesting to me. And I want you guys to actually know this. Okay. Now, this is not the only person that's reporting this. Let's see. National Review. And this was on March 24th of 2022. Trump sues Hillary Clinton DNC over unthinkable Russiagate plot. Of course, we'll get back to that here in a second, but it's not the only place. New York Post on February 15th the lefty press is giving Hillary Clinton a pass on Russiagate because we didn't hear anything about what was actually coming up. Nothing was brought up in the news. Again, from the New York Post on March 27th, eyes turned to Hillary Clinton, not Trump in the Russiagate scandal. Even I don't even know what this is. I just found this along the way. But what is this? Spectator World? I've never heard of them before, but February 22nd, 2022, connecting the dots between Russiagate and Hillary, and even from Politico on what day was this one at 3/24 of 2022. Donald Trump sues Hillary Clinton and allies over Russiagate claims. So this is actually starting to go mainstream, really big news kind of situation here because this is actually really happening. But let's go back to the what is it? The National Review. Trump sues Hillary Clinton DNC over unthinkable Russiagate plot. Let me know when you get that. As a matter of fact, you take that one, man. You read this.
which one was it?
The National Review. Trump sues Hillary Clinton DNC over unthinkable.
Perfect. I found it. Trump sues Hillary Clinton DNC over unthinkable Russian. Former President Trump sued Hillary Clinton, the Democratic National Committee, and a host of other parties, accuses them of plotting to falsely accuse collusion with Russia ahead of the 2020 presidential election. In the run up to the 2016 presidential election, Hillary Clinton and her cohort orchestrated an unthinkable plot that shocks the content I cannot pronounce that word.
Conscience.
Conscience. Yeah, you pronounce conscience. Spell it conscience. Wow.
Yeah, conscience. Yes, that's how you do it.
Wow. And it's an affront to the nation's democracy. There we go again. Lawsuit the state, acting in concert with the defendants, maliciously conspired to weave a false narrative. The Republican opponent, Donald J. Trump, was with a hostile foreign sovereignty. It further alleges that the scheme conceived, coordinated, and carried out by top-level officials at the campaign, and including the candidate herself, who attempted to shield her involvement behind a wall of third parties. Now, knowing her, I'm pretty sure she had a.
Oh man, I know she did. I know she did, and I'm going to make that connection here. Yes, you can say this is a reach, but I guarantee you it's part of it. I think it was Crowder that broke. Let me go back to the two people here so they can see me too. I think it was Crowder that broke this information. Wasn't it Christina Gupta or something like that that actually worked on Clinton's campaign that went missing, I think 2017? Something like that. Like one of her campaign staff went missing and hasn't been seen since 2017. And when Crowder was doing his dive into the Arizona audit and the ballots and everything like that, he came across that woman's name. It wasn't Gupta. No, it was something else. No, Gupta's somebody else.
Suspicious.
Right. It was. She disappeared, and actually, like Crowder had mentioned back in that time, I think that was last year. She voted.
Oh, really?
Yes. She voted, but she hasn't been seen since 2017.
Should I be surprised?
No, not at all. And when he broke that information, the very next day, somebody had called out that, hey, the address you had shown on screen is wrong because here it is. And he went back and checked it through what they had, showed it actually on his screen. They had changed the address that night because he had mentioned her. To an address to an actual apartment building where she has never lived throughout their records. Right? I don't think it was Gupta.
No,
I don't.
Someone else. It was.
Yes. But she was linked to, she was one of Clinton's campaign staff that hasn't been seen, yet she voted. It is a long reach, I guarantee you, but it's just suspicious that a woman who knows pretty much everything goes missing. And a couple of years later, we start to find this out.
I'm pretty sure she went inside herself, but that is neither here nor there.
She may have gotten Epstein, yes. I don't know. Nobody's seen her. Nobody found out. Nobody knows anything.
Of course. Well, before we continue, I want to read chat a little from Steel Stargaze. So she says, after Trump, the swamp will never allow another outsider to win the presidency again. Trump knows things that he probably never knew about government. He has info that could destroy them. It's funny that all these so-called conspiracy theories are actually turning out to be.
Yes, it is. And I agree. I totally 100% agree with that. I know, being the president, I know as scared of him as they was, as much as they went after that man. He's a racist. He did this. He did that. He did this. He was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Really?
But they turned him down. Yep.
What? I would have.
He was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for the shit that he did. I think it was Jerusalem.
Yes, it was
bringing the embassy over there.
It was about the Middle East. I know that, at least bare minimum.
And coming home with a at least a stand down between Israel and the United Arab Immigrants. He was immigrants, not immigrants. But he was nominated for.
There probably are a few immigrants here.
Hey, a Redditor dude went to join the Ukraine army and got them all just killed. So
Are we sure he's not of the Islamic faith?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I saw the headline. I never looked into it because I was just like, that's what you get. I mean, if you're posting things online about your location and what your people are doing, what they're equipped with, things like, you deserve it. I don't know if that's what happened. Like I said, I didn't look into it. That was just my reaction just from reading the title.
Oh,
but
I saw that.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
Well, okay.
But
so chat's also saying every president gets so D. Joseph Santos says every president gets nominated for a Nobel Peace. It's standard practice.
Yeah, I could see that. But to deny Trump, who actually went to North Korea, walked across a demilitarized zone, and they said, we'll stand down. We ain't messing with you. You go over to Jerusalem, move our embassy into Jerusalem or into Israel. It was actually in Jerusalem, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. One or the other. But it was either.
But you moved the embassy there.
Jerusalem. He switched them.
Right.
But I will say the Joseph Santos. Obama got his Nobel Peace Prize because, correct me if I'm wrong, it's he's much. I was a child when he got into office, but then he get it not long after he got into office. He was the first black president.
He got
something about that.
I don't know if that was the official reason, but he got his 9 months into his presidency, which going through the list and everything would put him around 2-3 months as soon as he got in, he was nominated. Because of their process, because of the way they do things and, how they investigate, they look through. It is actually a rigorous process. I mean, let's say 3, maybe 4 months after he got into office, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize 9 months into his presidency. The first time.
Well, you're much older than I am, so do you remember what happened by that mark of his presidency, the 9-month fourth at the earliest?
I remember hearing about it, but no, I do not remember because I really started to pay attention politically. And, I have been going back on some very major things and looking things up, that I believed were true now that I question things. And I have a lot more questions than I ever will have answers. I'm 36 years old. Like I said, I woke up here in 2017 just because I watched Trump speak. And all I heard was narcissistic behavior. Turned on the news the next day. Well, he said this. No, he did not. Well, he said, no, what? And they just kept going and going and going and going and going and perpetuating lies. Like the Very Fine People. You remember that one?
Charlottesville?
Yeah.
And we got, it was the very peaceful but fiery protesters of Antifa. The very
right.
neo-German 1940s military citizens. Oh god, I don't want to say that actual word, but I think y'all know what I mean by.
Yeah, I got you.
The German N-word.
That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. The German N-word. All right, let's use it. But no, yeah, I get you. Even that's going on. Like, they have brought that up in Ukraine. And from what we have seen, the projection we have seen from the left in this country onto people like me who see both sides, I lean right now. I lean to the right at this point in time because y'all went fucking crazy. Lie after lie after lie after lie, and it never stopped. How long has this been going on in my life? I don't know. Probably since before I was even born. Y'all went crazy as hell. I would too. But y'all went crazy as hell. Literally, you lost me.
But let us This is a slow death.
Right. I mean, pretty much when I think back to it, I'm going to say, even though I didn't realize it at the time, like the left lost me after Occupy Wall Street. You know, I don't think you're old enough to really remember that. You were young. 2011. 2011. But yeah, it's Occupy Wall Street was like in 2011, where literally, I mean, that was the only time in my lifetime where I've seen the entire country stand up and say enough is enough. You were stealing money from us. Occupy Wall Street was a huge peaceful protest.
Wasn't Tim Pool
on Wall Street? Yes. That's where he actually got his start from. I remember that situation. I remember that because I was an adult at that point. I had to pay bills, and you're talking about my money. I'm going to pay attention. I don't know what any of it means, but I'm going to pay attention. I remember that shit because of that. That's where identity politics came into play. That's where it's just like, well, this dude hates you because of the color of your skin. That's where that started, and that divide actually started to take place because it broke down the 97% saying screw the 3%. We want our money.
Well,
that broke that down.
Hopefully, if people start realizing the truth, then I will be honest, it's just terrible what President Biden is. I think he's starting to wake people up. You know what? I will give it to him. He has said he will put the people together. He is right against his dumbass.
Yeah. But let's be honest, Potato in Chief, he ain't pulling no fucking strings, man.
No, I'm aware, but I'm just saying that
he is his name because somebody else made the policy. Come on.
Everyone around him is pulling the strings, but it's his name and his legacy. Will be the worst legacy. He is making Carter look like a saint.
God. If you're going to make that comparison, I'm going to back you up 100%.
Well, to be fair, I don't know anything about Carter.
I mean, I wasn't alive during that time. Like, the earliest memories I can have as a kid is Clinton's first run as president. Now, that was a fun presidency. Let's just be real. That dude. Look.
Well, was it fun because of Monica Lewinsky?
I was gonna, yeah. It was entertaining as hell. The dude played saxophone on TV, you know? He was at least entertaining. Even though he was very fucked and very crooked. But at least he was entertaining. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, to be
if I were the president,
sure
I probably
instrument was the Lewinsky.
Well, I don't know. That dress was expensive as hell, was it not?
Well, didn't he also wear that same dress?
Oh. You know, I wonder if Hilarry dresses up in that dress before she does some like sadomasochistic crap to him just to punish him.
She all right, does.
I think I'm going a little too far with that.
Watch, our stream's gonna start slowing down like last week.
Oh no! Because Clinton came down with COVID.
Which one?
She can't do. Hillary Clinton came down with COVID.
Oh, okay.
It's funny as hell that so did Barack Obama and a whole bunch of prominent motherfuckers that were indicated in this. Every single one of them went down with COVID at about the same time.
Seems like a coincidence.
Nah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Look, how many, what was that? I don't remember where this quote comes from. It's probably from a movie or something. But it's like something like how many times is something going to happen before you realize this is on purpose? You know?
Yeah.
How many times can these things happen and these things happen and these things happen before people figure out they're actually linked?
Your average person?
Never. If you're not paying attention.
I would say your average person, eventually they'll wake up. The one that pays attention, they'll realize it quickly. And the mindless zombies, they'll never realize it.
Well, no, they will. They will. Remember, cyber attacks are incoming. They're probably going to come from our own damn country to say Russia did it to push us closer to war. Our electricity is going to get shut down. Water, food shortages are already happening. The people are going to start starving at that point in time. Our electricity goes out, like I was saying while you were gone, dude. How are you going to keep your milk cold? How are you going to keep your meat fresh?
On you, all I drink is water.
Doesn't matter. What are you going to eat?
I'll be back.
You.
Well, I'll be in Texas, hopefully. That's
It's a, dude, the cyber attacks are going to hit very major cities first. Like, I guarantee you probably start hearing very soon about things like New York going black, Los Angeles going black, things like that. You know, the very major cities before it starts trickling down.
Probably like going black though. Those cities.
I didn't mean it like that.
You did it,
I
but
definitely did not.
But I'm making you go there.
Not today. Not on that.
As long as you don't go white chicks black, you're good.
Look, what was that line from Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder when he was talking to that?
Give a different Robert Downey Jr.
No, that was
Once you go,
Tropic Thunder. Did you ever watch Tropic Thunder?
I don't think I've ever seen that one. The only movies I've ever seen him in any movie are in. I'll be honest, his Marvel movies.
Dude, he is one incredible actor. I'm going to go ahead and recommend you watch Tropic Thunder. Another one I want you to watch as well is The Judge. Just those two, and I'll be happy.
Jungle, is that the one where he's a white actor in the movie and then he becomes a black actor?
Yes. All right, so my favorite line in that entire movie kind of breaks the fourth wall in that. Like he's talking with an actual black dude, you know, trying to pull some like racial stereotypes. And the black dude's like, dude, I know who I am. You don't know who you are. He breaks the fourth wall just like it was a mistake. It was like a little cut that they kept in there. But he's like, I know who I am. I'm the dude that's playing the dude disguised as another dude. And a lot of people did not understand what that was. But it was Robert Downey Jr. playing Kirk Lazarus disguised as Lincoln Osiris. Okay. Dude, it's a hilarious movie.
It was something about me a couple years ago.
No. No.
I know who I am now. I'll be honest.
But no, it was just something it was a blooper, but they left it in because it was so funny. A lot of people did not catch that, but that movie is funny as hell. I guarantee you should watch that because they even tried to come after Robert because he did blackface in that one. They even tried to come after Robert Downey Jr. for that. I remember that. And I was like, nah, y'all can't do that. Y'all can't do this. I don't really think there was that big of a response from him. So he kind of got passed over. And of course, he's still free to do whatever he wants because he didn't apologize.
Marvel movie?
I think that was before Endgame.
Really?
I think that was before they were even trying to start filming for Endgame. I think that was around Infinity War being out in theaters or somewhere in that nature.
Okay, so that was already after he was in Marvel.
Oh yeah. He'd already been doing Iron Man and started the Avengers for a minute with that before that came up. But Tropic Thunder was before Marvel.
Oh, Chad has brought up a couple. So Steel Stargazer says Trump was nominated 3 times for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
That I did not know.
Yes, he was nominated 3 different times and shut down 3 different times.
The Joseph Santos, German N-word, 9? Yes, Joseph. At 9. Steel Stargazer. Trump got COVID before the
Hold on. You know what that is, right?
9?
He spelled it Nein, right?
Yeah.
That's a no.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I speak ein
For anybody
bisschen.
that doesn't, that's you do.
Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch.
A bit, yes.
Ich heiße Abel. Bist?
I'm good.
9.
But Veras das, what is it? A proper word.
You know,
Veras das Wasserkloset?
I'm gonna be honest. My German is so rusty. I only remember a few things.
I only remember a few things too. Like I took 3 years of German in high school. You know, I even went over to Germany later on in life because I knew German. I was a translator for a government. This was before.
So you had.
I was back
fun in Germany.
Yeah, I was back in mid-20s, something like that. I was working for a private military contracting company, and we had a contract to do something over in Germany. Well, because my dad was in the Air Force, I was actually born in Germany, in Landstuhl, and you know I learned German in high school because I was born there. Why the hell not? It's a very guttural language and it is harsh as hell, but it makes sense. Except for it sounds like you're pretty much clearing your throat every 5 seconds. Well, hey, maybe I should start talking like that. But no, I went through 3 years of that in high school and then went on to work with a private military contracting company. And we got something we had to do in Germany. Well, because they knew I spoke German, I went on the trip. Now, the fun part about this, and this was amazing as hell, I loved it because my boss was fuming. Like, when you go through things like that for private contracting work, like what you go for at that point in time, you know, I was a integration lab assistant. Like I was my boss's assistant kind of thing, but I went over as a translator. Right? In the contract, you can't do anything else but what that is. Okay. So I can't even pick up a screwdriver to help these guys out. The only thing I'm there for to do is to translate German to English. Yeah. We go over there, dude. Like we land, we get off the plane, we go to this restaurant, and this woman comes up to us. You know, she doesn't say much to us. She's just starting to give out, you know, the menus and just grabs her pen to kind of write everything down. And everybody's talking amongst themselves. And she's just like, I'm ready. She said it in English. She's like, I'm ready. And everybody's like, oh, I guess she's taking our orders. So they start going through everything, telling me, and I'm literally translating to this woman. Like after a couple of drinks had been ordered, she's just like, look, I know what you're doing. I appreciate it, but I don't speak German.
Okay.
I was like, what? She's like, no, I don't speak German. We all speak English here.
What the hell?
Right. Like German is okay. English and German are taught in their schools, but they are societally pressured, I guess would be the word, to speak English when they see anyone outside what they think would be their area, kind of like we racially profile somewhat.
Well, what you're saying is that since my area is predominantly Mexicans, if I see anyone outside Mexican, just either go full white or go, we're not going. I'm not going there.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like what you think they are kind of situation. But, right. You know, she's just like, I don't know German. And she had the same situation I did at that point in time, but it kind of threw me off. Now, as we went into the city and we were, you know, going to little sites to get our things and, you know, to sightsee and things like that, we noticed more and more that everybody was speaking English. Yes, they had a German accent. Yes, they could speak German, but everybody saw us. They were speaking English. I was there for 2 weeks, right? I can't do anything else but translate from German to English. Out of those 2 weeks, guess how long I was useful for?
Half an hour.
30, 45 minutes.
That's all right.
I got a 2-week paid vacation from the time the plane took off, from the time those wheels left the ground to the time they came back down in U.S. soil. I was paid 24/7. I got a 2-week paid vacation 24/7, and I was useful for 30 minutes.
I would
My
love to do
boss
that.
was fuming. Oh, dude, it was excellent. I loved every bit of it. Like, I'm sitting there with my feet propped up, hands popped up like this while everybody's working and trying to get things done real quick. And I'm just like, yeah, sorry, I can't help you. I could give you information. I can help you out. I can tell you where that screwdriver is.
You're not
Per
gonna
my
do
contract. So yeah, my boss actually had a reason to be pissed at me for that. But
it. I don't blame him.
oh, that was fun though. But yeah,
Go ahead.
nah, I'm good here. I was just trying to pull it back, see if we got anything new in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, we had a lot.
Okay, go
So,
through.
let me see. I forgot where I left off, but I'll start. Like I said, D. Joseph Santos said German N-word. 9. Yes, Joe said that. Bravo. Steel Stargazer says apparently the ones that don't realize what's really happening are not paying attention. She's not wrong.
No, she's not. He, she. I don't know. Who is that? Do we know
Steel
them?
Stargazer. I feel like that's a one. Sounds.
I don't know. Look, he just misgendered you. I did too. I apologize. No, I don't. I don't even know. Why am I apologizing for shit I don't know? Okay, let's go.
Okay. Let me see. D. Joseph Santos. I didn't know what he meant by black either.
Right.
Again,
I don't know.
D. Joseph Santos. Way before Endgame.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was because I mean he just like wrote that off and like I heard something about it. Twitter lit up for a day or so and then it was done because he didn't say shit. He just let it go like a fucking boss would. But the dude's been in the fucking industry since the 80s and he's never really played ball with them. You know, I mean, this is the same dude that was he was literally like he got into drugs real bad. You know, his wife was going to leave him, all different types of like his life went to shit. And he's just like, you know what? I got to straighten the fuck up. I mean, I don't expect anything different.
About Robert Downey Jr. I almost wanted to say Tony. That's how I know him mostly.
Dude, he was in Weird Science in the 80s. I remember that movie, and I was born in 85. Like, I remember that shit because it was fucking awesome for its day.
I remember him talking about him being on drugs, and what was it? The only thing that saved him was Burger King. Now he hates Burger King because it reminded him of drugs, of his drugs.
I mean, the dude, he's... That whole story, the way he would describe it is fucking hilarious. If y'all got the time, look that shit up. Like, I remember watching it's like a 20, 30-minute video of him just going through it, and he's serious as shit, and I feel bad for the dude. But he added some, like, epic level comedy to that. And I just could not help but laugh at his situation. But no, if y'all get the chance, go look that shit up. That was great.
Okay, well, let's catch up with Steel Stargazer says the reason why Trump was labeled as a narcissist was because media. Let's see. A narcissist was because media was not reporting any of his administration achievements. So when he had rallies and any airtime, he would go down the list.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, Steel Stargazer.
Oh, well, hold on. Before you go into that one, and I do want to bring this up because a lot of people say a lot of BS about all this kind of things. But what did he do for historical black colleges and universities?
He donated money to them.
Not only donated, but he made sure that these guys wouldn't have to come back begging year after year for, what was it, 5-10 years, something like that. Like, they were well funded, and even I see that. Like, I got a historical black college and university close to me. They're building an entire event center, like a new event center for like basketball. They can do it over for volleyball, things like that. We're running out of 768 cables, I think it is. We're running all Cat 6A, which, you can go a little bit higher in that, but Cat 6A is pretty damn expensive as far as that goes. And every single location that we are doing takes 2 cables per. I'm not going to go into the finances of anything of that, but you can just make up your numbers if you want to and just figure out how much just in the cable alone. You're not talking about the rentals or anything like that for equipment. You're not talking about man hours. You're not talking about any extra things that we need to do, like the jacks or things like that. The patch panels, the cabinets. Just in the cable alone, attach any number you want to per cable. 768 divided by 2. Because they're having 2 cables at every location, even if they don't need them. Tell me that his funding didn't work.
His funding did.
You a lying son of a bitch. I'm seeing it.
Well, that's what the media would tell me. It was actually thanks to Nancy and obviously Kamala.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring that up. Let's go a little bit further with that.
Okay.
What's you got to say again?
Well, let's see. Chat also says Steel Stargazers, but I can see Deutsch. No,
A bit, yeah.
I don't speak German. Even though I said that perfectly.
Look, it's like riding a bike. As soon as I got back into it, I would understand it, but it's just like because I haven't used it in over 14 years at least. I've pretty much lost it. Like, I could say the basics.
What color is this in German? Sweater.
I wouldn't. That's like a navy royal kind of blue. I don't even know what to call that, man.
It's actually gray. Actually, you're right. It does look blue on.
That's not gray. That is not gray to me.
It is gray. It is gray.
That looks blue. That looks dark blue.
It looks blue on camera. Okay, fine. How about this? This color, the red stripe.
All right, look. I got this, Abel. What is it? Wer ist mein Bleistift?
Ich weiß nicht, was ein Bleistift ist.
Bleistift.
I have no idea what that means.
I just asked, where's my pencil?
Oh.
Oh, no. That's Pisswasser.
The fuck?
That is actually, it's not formal, it's not proper, but yes, it's Pisswasser. Our American beer is yes. Our American beer, that's how they actually say it. That's how they reference that. If I were to get a Michelob Ultra in Germany, they'd say 1 Pisswasser. Ein Pisswasser.
Ein Pisswasser, bitte?
Dude, you know what? What is it? You know what number 6 in German is?
Sex.
Yeah, no, it's not sex. It's sech.
What exactly?
It's not that hard of a at the end, yes, but it's sex. It's not like sex like we know, but yeah, that we make fun of that all the time.
My throat.
Then don't speak German because that's horrible.
Well,
but let's go.
I also did Heath Ledger impersonation, and I did wipe out my voice for about a week.
Well, That depends on what Heath Ledger you're doing.
Joker.
That's not that hard for me.
Well, I'm Mexican.
Yeah, well, I'm right
fair.
up Joker's alley, so I mean, now more than ever, I feel like he's my alter ego. All right, let's go keep going with chat because I'm digging myself a hole here.
Yeah. Kind of are.
What's up?
The Joseph Santos. Yes. Much of Western Europe speaks native languages as well as a second language instead.
Yep.
And that actually surprises me.
Dude, anything that really has any kind of like ties to NATO or democratic in any way speak their native language as a second language or at least as fluent as English. Even Japan. Japan over there, yes, they will speak their native language. If you were over there, though, they're like us. If you are in their country, please try to at least attempt to.
Well, if I ever go to any other country, I will be respectful and I will not try to speak their native tongue. Or to do it.
And then, man, if you went over to Afghanistan, no, dude, you'd be hung, drawn, and quartered from day one.
Is it because I'm Mexican?
Well, dude, you got like 90 strikes against you as far as like, you know, the Muslim faith goes. You got like 90 strikes against you. Granted, I got like 50. But
no, I think they'd be all right with you since you're from Alabama.
No, they will not.
Isn't it the Middle East?
They're not going to be, dude, they wouldn't be all right with me simply because I advocate for my wife to be able to vote.
Well, no, I meant in regards to Alabama and the Middle East marrying others.
Oh, you son of a bitch. No, actually, dude, I came across this TikTok today. You know, I started a little TikTok to have fun and just troll like I do. Like, I came across this one video where this dude's like, oh, y'all thought Alabama was bad? Here, check out Kentucky. And he went through his whole family tree. And I don't know if the dude's serious or not, but he went through his whole family tree about, I can guarantee you this does happen. Because there was a woman that I knew when I lived in Nashville that literally her uncle married this woman, right? The man passed away after a work accident. She went on to marry this woman's dad. Well, her dad passed away under some very questionable circumstances, and she went on to marry the second brother. This woman literally kept it in the family between 3 fucking brothers. So, and had a kid every time. So, yeah. That's in Tennessee, not Alabama, which I did live in Tennessee. Fuck, that doesn't help my cause any.
No, it doesn't. I'm still going to give you that.
But no, the whole video, he's like, yeah, y'all think that's bad in Alabama here. And he explains his whole family line. And I'm just like, you know, I did a little stitch and I'm just like, I come from Alabama. I know the stereotype with us, but the entire thing, I'm just like, I have many questions, but let's start with this. And I was just like, what? How does any of that work? But yeah, it was funny as hell. But let's go on.
Okay, chat says, hold on. There we go. Yep, I lost it. The Joseph Santos says, hey, but one of my windows on my truck is shaped weird and gave me a weird reflection in the reflection. If the reflection is telling me when I'm an old man, I'm gonna look like you now.
Whoa!
What?
Are you talking about me or Abel? Hold up.
Oh, he says, hey, Abel. So it's, I guess, me?
Oh. How old are you? You like 15? 20 years old? Hold up.
I guess
this dude is not that much older.
You know what? Let's read.
Yeah.
She'll start David says. She. I don't care. Abel knows me. Knows who I am. He calls me Molly. Oh, so that's Molly. Okay, now wait. Now I know. Hey,
Okay.
she made a mistake once in a group chat we were in, and she said Molly, and she tried to change it. And I said, nope, I'm calling you Molly, and I'm not letting you not letting that down.
See, at least they just roll with it, man. It's easier to roll with the punches than it is to try and even fight it.
Let's see. D. Joseph Santos says he donated money to well-funded universities that are going to pocket the money anyway. I'm assuming that is.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. I will give you that one. Yes, you're right. But at least he tried to. Well, tried to. He at least acted for something with the people with that. Like I said, I don't like this dude more than the people who are like me, who sit in the middle and then left. I don't like the dude more than they do. But at least he did something. I mean, you got to think this dude was jammed up every single second from the moment he walked down or he came down that escalator. Like he gave that speech, and who was it? Rachel Maddow or somebody was just like, "Well, thus begins." No, as soon as he got elected, she's like, "Thus begins the impeachment of Donald J. Trump." Immediately, like the dude was under attack.
Mad cow.
The dude was under attack from
day one.
And he still did what he did for us. Imagine if we had a Congress and Senate and an entire government working with somebody like that. I don't even care if it's Trump. Really, I don't even care. If we had somebody with balls like that would stand up and do the same things, or at least try to do most of the things he did, whether you succeed or not, like the fucking wall, which I do have problems with. Why couldn't we find $4 billion back then, but we can find, what is it, over $14 billion now for Ukraine? That bothers me, man.
Because
now we're looking at,
because it's more important to help Ukraine than help the American people. We obviously need more cross-country Mexicans here than they need them in the Ukraine.
Now you got an estimated 2 million illegal immigrants that have crossed that border. None of them vaccinated. None of them even tested.
To be fair,
we paid money and shipped them across the fucking country.
Aren't most of them in the South now, in the deep red? Is it wrong if I deport one? If I help deport an extra illegal?
I would say no.
Okay, well, I'll be back. My mom will kill me though. Oh shit! My laptop's wet.
Oh! You're gonna shut down. No, you're still there. He done fucked himself up. Look at him.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
But hold on. I will be pressing a lot of keys to minimize the water.
Dude, we gotta get you set up when you move.
Oh no, definitely. Give me like 5 months after I move out of California to probably set everything up. Oh, now I can hear my laptop having fun back here.
So I'm gonna expect to see you dark. If you go dark, we'll go ahead and end it at that.
I should be fine. It just hit. Luckily, it didn't hit anything major. It hit where the mouse and where I put my finger.
Okay.
And luckily, I don't even.
He damn near fucked himself up for a little joke. All right.
Well, let's catch up with chat.
Right, let's go.
I will ignore some of them. Let me see. The Joseph Santos says, "You guys are reminding me of the angry German soldier in the 1940s. in Wolfenstein saying, "You're butchering my beautiful language."
Look, I'm sorry. All right.
I'm
I'm
Mexican.
American.
I'm Mexican. Ole, we invade you. We're good at.
Look, I haven't used German language other than just like random things to tell people something just to kind of at least let them know I understand a bit. It is like riding a bike. I'd get back into it as soon as I actually tried to focus on that. But dude, I learned that shit in high school. I'm 36 years old. It's damn near 20 years. I'm coming up on, oh my God, I am coming up on my 20-year reunion.
Also, chat said this one for you. Steel Stargazer says, "Nothing says loving like loving your cousin or in Bama."
Y'all know what? I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but it ain't me. No. What?
You know what?
No.
I would not
Seriously.
be surprised
I'm
if
not
that
going
was
to
in your
say.
family.
Really?
Let me guess.
But
Your
no.
mother's also your grandmother?
No.
Your father's
No.
your grandfather.
My mother is a foster child who grew up, yes, under a woman who lived in Germany during World War II, which is not anywhere close to being good for me.
To be fair, if you
But
told me your
yes.
grandfather was from Argentina and his father was from Germany, I'd have some questions for you.
No, my grandfather or my father, yeah, grandfather. My grandfather on my dad's side of the family was actually born in Montgomery, Alabama. Coincidentally, so was my dad.
As long as they're not coming from Argentina and Germany, you're good.
Look, it's already fucked up enough my mom was born in Florida.
Yeah, Florida is Florida. Give you that one. Okay, so this is where chat's having a little more fun. D. Joseph Santos says, "Okay, let's make this a little more interesting. Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, snatching and looking like the bigger wimp when he smacks someone a lot smaller than him. To be honest, I don't really care for the Oscars. I don't really care for that. That looks staged, in my opinion. They're actors. Nothing that they
You
do.
are right. You are definitely right.
really
Think about this. Chris Rock and Will Smith both have action kind of training. The way Chris Rock leaned into that and pushed himself away as he was getting smacked. And you know damn well Will Smith knows how to do that, make it look real while still pulling that hit.
Honestly, the only thing that may have convinced me is that the moment it looked like they made contact, there was a smack noise, but they could have added that in effect.
No, I mean that was live at that point in time, but dude, if we work together, if we even give it a little bit of practice, I can make my hand slap your face loud as shit and you feel nothing. I mean, all you have to do is like look, literally walk it through frame by frame. Chris Rock leans into the smack and follows through with his hand. You're going to hear that slap as soon as it hits, but you're minimizing any damage by follow through. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, he probably, hey, you know, I felt that.
Landed ahead of time.
But it didn't rock his ass because I guarantee you, Will Smith stands 6 something. Chris Rock is pretty much my height or damn near close to it. He'd be fucking floored. If Will Smith put everything he had into that, he'd have leveled Chris Rock the fuck out. I'm sorry. The dude was laughing at the fucking joke while Jada, who they immediately went to on the camera, she's just like, man, I don't like that joke. He was laughing about it. And then they cut back to him, and all of a sudden, Will Smith's got something to say. Like there would have been a talk between him and his wife. There would have been some kind of fuming on a guy. Yes, look, we're at the fucking Oscars. This dude just dissed my wife in front of the entire country. Yes,
and to be fair,
but we're here. Am I going to ruin my? Yeah, but we're here. Am I going to ruin my career right here and now? to beat the shit out of this dude that just made fun of my wife? Let's think about that. There would have been a delay, but it happened damn near immediately. He was laughing. I don't like that. Camera cuts away. Few seconds later, he gets up and he's walking towards the stage. Let's take human emotion into that point. If making movies were my thing, that's how I supported my family, I had that lifestyle that I needed to uphold, I'd think about it. I still probably would have done it if that were an actual real thing, but I'd think about it. There would be a delay, and I'd probably, if I felt like it as a man, that was a point to where I was going to stand up in front of everybody and do that, it'd be at the end. It'd be at the end where he was about to walk off stage, because that would be, he has to end it right there to move off into the next scene. So he has no way of coming back and trying to bounce back from that. I damaged his career, probably mine as well. And I still did what I needed to do as a man.
Well, I'm going to speed run through these comments.
Okay.
Because there is a lot of related to Will Smith. I don't want to get too much into that, but Steele says black on black crime at the Oscar. And
Yeah.
Steele says, I want to know why Will Smith wasn't hauled out in handcuffs. There's your black privilege. Besides the fact that there's probably black privilege, like I said, I probably think it was staged. That's why I'm saying it was staged. He wasn't arrested.
That's why he wasn't, because it was staged.
Let's see. Joseph says, I missed a comment. Dang it. Makes too much money to be locked up for a misdemeanor. Honestly, that hit would burst a grape, will knock the black off himself more than anything else. Miss turned on the crocodile tears for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Will didn't even knock the mic off. The fly on Rock's face at the time probably said, "You hit like a bitch," and flew away. All of those, by the way, are from Joseph. Let's see. We have Watson in chat. Hey, Watson. He says that wasn't staged at all. The dude was pissed. He smirked because he hit him. No, you missed the look on his wife's face. She was pissed. Told Will he went up. All by Watson. And then
you also hold up. You also have to remember the fact that this comes after the fact of all that entanglement shit that was public for them. He didn't take offense to any of what Chris Rock said. Even if that were real, he didn't take offense to any of what Chris Rock said. But because the entire world knows about what happened between him and his wife, now he must defend her, man. Even if that's true, that's fake as fuck. Huh?
What happened between him and his wife?
She had stepped out of the marriage. And she called it an entanglement. And that's where you get the little meme of Will Smith actually crying on camera. Because the dude was in fucking tears about that. Like, that literally destroyed him. Because she had stepped out of their marriage and she was having relations with another dude. Now, you can say what you want to, and I'm of the sound mind, even if my wife cheated on me, I'd be out that door. But kudos to a man who feels like he can, because they have two, mind you, they're two fucked up ass kids, but because they have two kids, kudos to the man who tries to save his marriage. But that made you look like a bitch if that were real.
Well,
because honestly, oh, you got problems with alopecia? Okay, I got you. That's cool. Let's not bring up the fact that you stepped out of my marriage. I'd let that slide. I wouldn't do anything. As long as you didn't talk about the fact that my wife slept with another man and we're still together, you got one.
That Steele says, well, they needed to do something because of the dismal ratings. I will agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I didn't watch them. I don't care. All I knew was yesterday one of our friends in our group chat did say, "Did I hear about Will Cucksmith hacking Rock?" I was like, "Huh." Then someone at my job told me, "Did I see the video of Will Smith smacking the Rock?" Chris Rock. I was like, "No, but I heard about it."
Look,
Uh,
I'm going to be completely honest here. I grew up with Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I grew up in,
oh, I
in
saw
my
funny
early
meme about
teen
that
years.
this morning in regards to last
I
night.
I grew up in my early teen years having him around, seeing him progress as an actor. Even the movie I, Gemini. Yes, that was a lot of CGI shit, but he still played that role really fucking well. He's a badass actor. But dude, staged, don't bring that shit up for ratings. Pull a Robert Downey Jr. He's everywhere. Everybody fucking knows him, but do you really know about his life? Calm the fuck down with it, dude, because we don't give a shit about your personal life. We pay you to entertain us. We don't pay you for drama. Get up on that fucking screen, do your damn job. Pass the fucking ball. Wasn't that a thing not too long ago?
Not
Or
sure.
was it something else related to that? Like there was a NBA ball hog and pass the ball was somehow racist or some shit.
To be fair, everything.
Yeah, but I'm making that reference. But while you go through some more chats here, let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
We're actually we're caught up. There's only what? Let's see.
Oh, we're all caught up then?
Yep, that's why I was trying to speed run them because I know every time I read one or two, you talk for half an hour.
I'm sorry. I like talking.
That's a bad thing.
I'll pull it back. I apologize.
Hey, we can't apologize on the internet. It's the internet. They'll use that against us.
Well, I mean, the people watching, I'm going to apologize to them because y'all are supporting us.
True. Well, let's see. I'll just read everything that's left if you want to go to the restroom.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm going to actually be listening. I will hear you guys, but I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Perfect. Okay, so Watson says, exactly, he's trying to make himself look good. His wife is having an open up. Oh, Watson, like I said, I don't really care much for what Smith and Rock did. Nor do I care about Smith's relationship with his wife. Sure, I don't really care a lot of what these celebrities. I'm probably in the maybe majority who says it was staged. But in the end, I don't really care much for that. Was it for ratings? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But in the end, they're doing whatever they can to try to save their careers. Still Stargazer says, I Am Legend was one of my favorites. Heard of that movie? I'm sorry, I just cannot what it is. I do apologize. The Joseph Santos. Hey, Abel. Serious question. Should I buy a puppy? My neighbor has some extra pit bull pups. They're dumb as bricks. They're full of love. I would definitely buy a puppy. You know what? My aunt, I actually got a German Shepherd pit bull mix 3 years ago.
I just love how he called them dumbass bricks. But no. I do want to touch on this. Like, I Am Legend, the movie, dude, you have to watch it. It's amazing, and it's going to be very eerie, especially now. But the movie literally is about.
Is I Am Legend? Is that the one where they had like $6 gas in the movie?
Yes. Because it starts off with it's kind of like the Euphoria thing, or not Euphoria, Utopia. It was kind of the premise behind that. Like the whole movie is because they found a cure for cancer, and they were so sure about it, and then all of a sudden the injection turned everybody into zombies because it mutated their DNA. Some were not affected because they carried a genetic immunization to it. So it was pretty much a zombie apocalypse end of the world where humankind does it because of a jab.
All right. But no, Joseph, I would definitely get a puppy. They're adorable. Like I said, my aunt has a German Shepherd pit bull. He's adorable. He's an idiot, but we love him. And then still, I will work on my mic. Like I said, we're still early into these podcasts. We're still trying to work on all the audio stuff. We do apologize for any audio issues.
I'm still doing it myself as well. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear pretty much everything in my background. I'm trying to work on the limiters and things like that. Well, expander limiters, but
so apparently in I Am Legend, the Joseph Santos says no. The movie had gas at 429.
I don't know, but I know there was a movie that had some.
It's either that or a video. I know there was one that people were referencing a while ago. But he also says, I now wish it was only $4.29. I just paid $6.29 a pop. That's on the low end in San Bernardino. I know where that's at.
We're hovering.
You guys are.
We're hovering. We're hovering literally around $4. Like we'll drop like down to $3.80, and then a few days later we'll go back up to like $4.20.
Yeah. I just paid $5.59 a gallon here in Riverside County, and all that I will be saying on where I live. But I just saw where I just put gas. It went up about less than 20 cents. It's now at 60 cents. So I don't remember how much. My cousin lives up north near Fresno, and they just paid under $5, and they're just like, I just texted her saying like, I'd kill for that gas price.
What is your? I know the federal minimum is like $7.25, but there in California, what is like minimum wage for y'all? Like socially acceptable minimum wage?
$15. I believe the minimum wage right now is $15 because I am getting paid $15.50. For some reason, I thought it was bucks this.
Jesus Christ! How do y'all do this? Like seriously, with of course rent and your cost of living altogether, plus now the gas that has gone through the fucking roof, food shortages everywhere, the hike, the price on food alone, just wheat went up like what 50%. So now bread, everything. How the hell do y'all survive?
I'm not sure. Luckily, I still live with my mother and I pay her rent, so she deals with all that stuff. But it is terrible. It is terrible then. Hopefully I can make it better in Texas.
The closer you get to bigger cities, the more it's going to cost.
I should probably aim for the bump nowhere in Texas, but in the Dallas area.
I mean, as far as that goes, like I'm going to let y'all know a little bit more about how inflation and the prices of everything have really even rocked me. Now, I live in one of the southern states, so y'all have probably, if you understand, you've been watching, pretty much figured out roughly where I live. When me and my wife are going through remodeling in this house, okay? When I priced everything in 2018, it was going to cost around 10 to 15 grand to get the entire house done. Okay, now I'm not talking about like painting and little things here and there to make it look good. I'm talking about just the basic bare remodel, get the floor in, get the walls up, new insulation, everything. New windows, new doors. Even remodeling some of the rooms. I still have those plans, but everything included, I was looking at 10 to 15,000 back in 2018 when I priced that together. Our remodels have come to a halt because I'm already 10 to 15,000 in, and I've done half the house. Like I'm still right now. I'm sitting on subfloor. I'm going to continue to work on it and get it complete.
You know, it'd be cheaper if we just buy a Mexican.
I'm not. Look, we don't have motherfuckers hanging out outside Lowe's like y'all do.
What? You don't have a
I'm gonna
Home
be
Depot
honest.
where
We
they're
don't.
hiding? Look, it's not that hard to
No.
find us. Just have a couple.
No, it's not that hard. But you're not hanging out at Home Depot and Lowe's. Not
Play
here
some
anyway.
mariachi bands. Get some tamales.
Oh, I know where to find. I know where to find you, motherfuckers. It's just not at Home Depot and Lowe's. That's all I'm saying.
They're hiding there. They're just not showing their faces. Watch. Once you find the proper way to find them, they're gonna come out like a swarm of mice.
No, I'm looking back through everything I've gone through. I know where to find you because you're working there. That's how I know where to find you. You ain't hanging out in front. You're making a paycheck while pulling some shit on the side. I know how to find you. It's just not in front. But yeah, is there anything left from chat?
D. Joseph Santa says $15 per hour minimum wage by law. Socially acceptable would be 24 like me. I barely make it these days.
Jesus.
He also says, Abel, when the virus hit because of overtime, I had about eight grand. I didn't know how what to do with it. Now with these gas prices, I have about 100 in checking after rent and other bills.
God,
you should have done what everyone was doing, stocks for a bit.
Dude, I hope you did something. I hope you were paying attention.
I paid attention to that stuff. Now, whether I invested or not, I won't say. I don't give financial advice. The worst financial advisor.
It doesn't matter. Eventually, the company or the country's gonna go after that. We were going in through that while you were gone. Look, he's all yawning and shit. Hey. Little baby's gotta go to sleep.
Hey, it's my Mexican blood. After a few hours of working, I have to go to sleep.
Oh. Don't feel bad, man. I got like sleeping like 2-3 hours. But yeah, let's keep going.
I lost track of where we're at. His chat's already read. We're caught up on chat.
Okay. All right, so you want to take us out then? If that's the case? All I'm seeing is your forehead, but that's cool.
So what, we're done for the evening then?
I mean, if we get nothing else, yeah. I'm done, dude.
Hitsy says, always got nothing to do. Well,
all right, go ahead and take us out. You know the thing.
No, I don't. I have the memory of a goldfish. You know this.
Fine, I will say the last words, but go ahead and take us out. Give us the ending, and I'll finish it out.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys being here today. I will say, tomorrow's Tuesday. I will be here. We will be live, like we normally are. But if you want to catch us ahead of when we go live, please go on Twitch. Because I will be late. Because I will be doing a couple meetings on my own time. I have been working a lot on my own. And let's just say places.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that earlier tonight, but I just totally skipped over it. Dude, tell them what you got going on now. Tell them what you're doing.
Well, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but let's just say
I'm not talking about the interviews.
God damn it. But like I said, I will be saying what I will say is I have interviews, meetings all set up for these coming weeks, months.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Let's just say it's taken a while, but I'm getting there. But like I said, we appreciate you guys being here. we'll see you tomorrow. And while Drunken does take us out for the night, I will be getting the stream for tomorrow.
All right. Well, as always, ladies and gentlemen, like he said, thank you for being here. But you have a voice, and it does count. It does matter. It's time to use it. If you want to talk to us, let us know. Email us at yourvoice@startmail.com. Let's get that ball rolling. I want to talk to you. I want to hear what you got to say. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's your voice. And it's time to use it. Sit down. Let's have a talk. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great night.